Hello, kindergarten. All right, this is your review lesson for our second week. Can you believe it? We've been doing 2 weeks of this virtual learning with Zoom, and it has gone so well. You are already the best class, so thank you so much. All right, we're going to do some handwriting. We're going to practice writing the letters that we've learned so far. So you're going to use your whiteboard. You're going to use this whiteboard and a dry erase marker. Okay, so make sure you're writing in the lines. There's the skyline, plane line, grass line, and worm line. And I'm going to use this big board right here because it'll be easier for you to see. Okay, the first letter, let's review. It's one we did last week, and it starts with, or it makes a t sound. Do you remember what letter makes a t sound? That's the letter T, like tomato or table. Okay, let's start with an uppercase T, a capital T. So uppercase T, you're going to start at the skyline and go straight on down to the grass line. And then you're going to start on the skyline again and draw a line on the skyline. And that is your uppercase T that makes a t sound. Okay, let's review lowercase t. Lowercase t also makes a t sound. Lowercase t starts on the skyline and it goes all the way down to the grass line. But then, instead of drawing a line on the skyline like you did for capital T, now you're going to draw a line on the plane line. So draw a line as close to the plane line as you can, and that's lowercase t. So big T, little t, they both make a t sound. Okay, let's erase our t's and let's practice the second letter we learned about. The second letter we learned about last week was the letter B, remember? And B makes a b sound, like balloon or birthday. All right, let's start with uppercase B, capital B. So uppercase B, we start at the skyline again, and we go straight down to the grass line. And then we start at the skyline, and we curve down to the plane line, and then curve down to the grass line. So that's uppercase B, makes a b sound. Lowercase b looks a lot like uppercase B, except, look, it doesn't have this curve on the top. If you take away that curve on the top, you have a lowercase b. Look at that. Okay, let's write a lowercase b now together. So it's going to look just like this, right? So you're going to start on the skyline and go straight down to the grass line. And then you're going to start on the plane line and curve down to the grass line. So try to make sure that your lowercase b doesn't go above the skyline. Try to make sure it doesn't go below the grass line. And try to make sure that your curve part, like right there, goes from plane line to grass line. Okay, so there's B. Now let's go over the letters that we learned this week. The letters we learned this week, we started with the letter, I'll give you a hint, it makes a l sound like lollipop or lemon. Remember what letter? It was the letter L. So uppercase L looks like this. Lowercase l, I'll cover that part. Lowercase l looks like that, just a straight line. All right, let's start with uppercase L. You're going to put your marker on the skyline and go all the way down to grass line, but we're not done with uppercase L. Then you're going to slide over on the grass line, and there's uppercase L. Makes a l sound. All right, now let's do lowercase l. Lowercase l is probably the easiest letter to do because it's just a straight line. It's just a line from the skyline down to the grass line. And that's it. That's all lowercase l is. We're done. So big L, little l. And they both make a l sound. All right, let's erase those L's and let's keep on going. We have one more letter to review. Our last letter that we learned was the letter, I'll give you a hint, it's the letter that feather starts with, and farm, it's the letter F. F makes a f sound. So this is capital F, big F, and this is lowercase f, little f. All right, let's practice writing them. So for uppercase F, capital F, you're going to start on the skyline and go all the way down to the grass line. Then you're going to start on the skyline again, and you're going to slide over on the skyline. Mine went a little bit below, but that's okay. Just do the best you can. Make it as close to the line as you can. And then go to the plane line and slide over on the plane line. And there's uppercase F. So it's 3 straight lines. 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's try lowercase f. Lowercase f, look, we don't start with a straight line. We start with a curved line for lowercase f. See, it's like the shape of a candy cane. So we're going to start a little bit below the skyline. And we curve up to the skyline and down to the grass line. You all were really good at doing that yesterday. And then we cut it in half on the plane line. And that's lowercase f. So try to make sure your lowercase f doesn't go above the skyline. Try to make sure it doesn't go below the grass line. Try to make sure that line is right on the plane line. All right, so that is it for our handwriting review with our letters. Now let's review some patterns we went over this week. Let's do some patterns. So for this, you won't need your markers and boards anymore, so you can erase your boards and you can put them away, and you can put the lid on your marker back nice and tight so it doesn't dry out, and then put those away. Okay, for this, I'm going to be asking you some questions with the patterns, okay? So, I've got some patterns ready here. Our pattern is going to start with a circle and then a triangle. If I wanted to do an A-B pattern, I would do another circle and another triangle. Because look, we have circle, triangle, circle, triangle. So that's A, B, A, B. Now, if I wanted to do A, B, A, B, 2 A's, that means I need to add more circles, right? Okay, so I'm going to move everything over, and I'm going to add some more circles. So now we have circle, circle, triangle, circle, circle, triangle. Now let's see if we did it. We're trying to make an A-B pattern. Let's see. Let's say the pattern by shape first. Circle, circle, triangle. Circle, circle, triangle. Now let's say the pattern by letter. Let's see if we got it right. A, B. A, B. We did, yay! Now I want to do an A, B, pattern. So now I don't need these extra circles anymore. I don't need those. I'm going to take them away. I want to do an A, B pattern. So A, B. A, B. Okay, say the pattern with me by shape. Are you ready? Circle, triangle, triangle. Circle, triangle, triangle. Now let's say it by letter. A, B. A, B. What would come next? A would come next, a circle. Nice work. Now, I'm going to put a pattern up here, and I want you to try a new pattern, and I want you to try to figure out what kind of pattern this is. If we were using letters, what kind of pattern would this be? Let's do it by shape together. Circle, triangle, square. Circle, triangle, square. We have 3 shapes up here now. So now let's do it by letter. Now what are the first 3 letters of the alphabet? A, B, C, right? So A, B, C, and then it starts over again. A, B, C. So that's an A, B, C pattern. All right, nice work with patterns this week. Now the last thing we need to review is we need to review our 3D shapes, our 3-dimensional shapes. This one, when it's 2-dimensional, when it's flat, it's a circle, right? It's just a circle. But when it's 3-dimensional, see, it's 3-dimensional like the shape of a bouncy ball. Now it's a sphere. It's a sphere now when it's 3D. Okay, and then we learned, we already know that's a triangle. It's flat. When it's flat, it's a triangle. But when it's 3-dimensional, when it's 3D, it's a cone, right? Like an ice cream cone or a cone hat you'd wear at a birthday party. Okay, so we've got cone. And then the 2 that we learned yesterday, when the shape is flat, when it's 2D, it's flat, it's a square. It's just a square, right? But when it's 3-dimensional, it's a cube. And it's the shape of a block. There's a cube. Okay, and some boxes are cubes. We came up with a lot of things that were cubes. Then we have, I don't have a rectangle shape with me right now, but rectangles look like maybe 2 squares that are put together as the shape of a rectangle. Oh, here's a rectangle right here. Our whiteboards are rectangles, aren't they? Because these 2 sides are longer. Then, when it's a 3-dimensional shape, we call it a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism. And we figured out that some boxes are rectangular prisms, okay? Or maybe like we figured out the legs on a chair or a table can be rectangular prisms. All right, and that is all that we have to do for reviewing this week. You did a great job this week. I'm so excited about another week with you that starts on Monday. Now we can just read a quick book just for fun, for a little story time. Okay, this book is kind of like the one we read yesterday with the pig and the pancake. It's written by the same author and illustrator. But instead of if you give a pig a pancake, this book is if you give a dog a donut. Okay, let's read it. If you give a dog a donut, he'll ask you for some apple juice to go with it. When you give him the juice, he'll drink it all up. Then he'll ask you for more. There won't be any left, so he'll want to make his own. He'll go outside to pick apples. When he's up in the tree, he'll toss you one. Throwing the apple will make him think of baseball, and he'll want to play. So an apple kind of looks like the shape of a sphere, right? Kind of looks like a sphere. Maybe not exactly a sphere, though. Oh, but the baseball is definitely a sphere, right? You'll have to get a ball and a glove. Of course, he'll also need a bat. He'll ask you to pitch. He'll hit a home run. Then he'll do a happy dance to celebrate. Dancing will make him hot and dusty, so he'll need some water. He'll probably start a water fight. You'll have to dry him off with your bandana. He'll wrap it around his head and pretend he's a pirate. Then he'll want to go on a treasure hunt. He'll find an old kite and want to make one himself. You'll have to get him some sticks, paper, a string. When the kite is finished, he'll want to fly it. It will go higher and higher until it gets tangled in the apple tree. The tree will remind him of apple juice, and he'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if he asks you for some apple juice, he'll want a donut to go with it. All right, everybody, that was it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you Monday morning for morning meeting. Bye.